guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you all the rules of flag football. So today I'm going to go through the rules of flag football, and I will preface this with saying that there are a few different forms of flag football depending on specific leagues. Some of them are international play, some of them are US based. So I am going to go through both all the rules that are similar between the two, and then explain some of the differences between them. I will go through like the basics of what flag football is, as well as some of the more specific rules for some leagues versus others. I'm going to keep this on the pretty basic level. I'm not going to go into crazy detail. I would definitely recommend watching whatever league you want to participate in, or better understanding your league's specific rules and just looking them up. But I'm going to go through some of the basic rules of flag football in general, just so if you're watching a game, you have a better understanding of how it works, especially considering it is different than how traditional American football works. But if you guys are interested in more sports administration content just like this, definitely the subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload, as I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to dive into these rules. So overall, the goal of flag football is to score more points than your opponent. You want to be at the end of regulation time the one that has more points. The AFFL, so the American Flag Football League, plays 7-on-7. And then most other flag football leagues play 5-on-5, so much smaller, a less amount of people on the field. Generally in flag football, you don't have specific offensive and defensive players. Players generally play both directions, so you might have somebody that plays both defense and offense. Not generally your whole team, but you do have some players that specialize in one position, say quarterback, and then you do have players that flip between both sides. The goal of any flag football game is to grab somebody's flags. There's no tackling in flag football, so there's no contact. Your goal is to grab one of the two flags that everybody has on their hips. Your goal is to grab that, and that stops play. That is the equivalent of a tackle. The fields are also slightly different in size. The AFFL plays on a traditional football field with your 100 yards. That is divided into 4 25-yard zones. And then most other leagues play on a field that is 25 yards wide and about 70 yards long. The difference is kind of how they do first downs. So there's generally no chains in flag football. For the AFFL, they use those 25-yard zones to get to your next set of downs. So if you're able to get through one zone with 4 downs, then you are able to get a new first down. For most other leagues, you have to hit the halfway point of the field to get that next first down, as the field is smaller. There's also generally no kicking in flag football. So the difference between this is to get extra points, you don't kick the ball, you generally throw the ball. And same for kickoffs, you throw the ball. So it limits the amount of kicking that you need in the game. There's also changes to penalties. Penalties aren't usually done by yardage. Just to keep the game moving and not have a lot of explanation. If it's a penalty on the offense, they just start back at the line of scrimmage. If it's a penalty on the defense, it's usually where that penalty happened. Just to add a little bit more smoothness to what each penalty is, and no matter what's called, if it's on the offense, it goes back to the line of scrimmage, and if it's on the defense, then it goes to wherever the penalty was called. The games in the AFFL are 60 minutes long still, 2 30-minute halves. Generally, in a lot of other flag football leagues, they're only 40 minutes long with 2 20-minute halves. And for most flag football leagues, the clock runs a lot. It's a quick game. They play it at a very quick pace. In the AFFL, they have this thing called the go clock. So what this is when the ball snaps, a clock starts, and it is a 4-second timer. After 2 seconds, the defense is able to rush if they want. And by 4 seconds, the quarterback has to release the ball. This gives a lot of opportunities for quick play, but it also allows for a lot of open receivers, as everybody except for the snapper is an eligible receiver. So there's lots of options for the quarterback to throw to. If you choose to blitz in the AFFL, you have 5 opportunities to do that each half. So you don't have to wait the 2 seconds. You can choose to blitz, but you only have 5 opportunities to do that each half. And where everybody's an open receiver, that can be dangerous as you're leaving open some more players and limiting the amount of defense you can play. Now, one final thing I'll mention is scoring. So similar to the NFL and American football, when you score a touchdown, it is generally 6 points. And then you have extra points. However, in the AFFL, they do opt have an option to score 7 points on your initial touchdown, and that's if you make a run for more than 50 yards. There's a few different options to score those extra points, and there's a few different numbers that you can score with extra points. If you do it from 5 yards, you score 1 point. If you're able to do it from 10 yards, you score 2 points. And if in the AFFL you choose to do it from 20 yards, you have the ability to score 3 points. This is on a loser walk basis, so generally if you score a touchdown, you then switch sides. So unlike switching at the end of a quarter or anything, you switch sides every time somebody scores, making the loser have to walk to the other end of the field. So that's pretty much the basics of flag football. If you have any questions about the sport, definitely let me know in the comments down below. This is generally just the very basics. If you want more details about a specific league or anything, let me know that as well. I'd be happy to do videos on specific leagues and more details on their specific rules. There's a lot of variations to flag football, but it's an awesome way to get more people involved throughout the world with the similar sport to American football. It is also very popular with women, so it's a way to get women involved in football too, as the NFL is very male dominated. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.